Welcome. This presentation provides information for the Farewell Creek Design Build project. This online public open house is from July 26th to August 6th, 2021, brought to you by the City of Oshawa, Water's Edge Environmental Solutions Team, and Cambridge Landscaping and Construction Limited. Presentation overview. Information will be presented in the following order. Part 1, the existing creek. Part 2, background studies. Part 3, the study process. Part 4, the concept solution. And Part 5, next steps. The study team. The project team consists of the City of Oshawa. The design build team consists of Water's Edge Environmental Solutions Team, hereafter Water's Edge, and Cambridge Landscaping and Construction Limited, hereafter CLCL. The review agencies consist of the Central Lake Ontario Conservation Authority, CLOCA, the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, DFO, and the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks, MECP. Part 1, the existing creek. The existing creek location. The figure shows an aerial view of the Farewell Creek location, and the rectangular box highlights the project area along the creek. The existing creek problems. Part A, the failing retaining wall. The figure shows the Farewell Creek, the slopes, and the failing gabion retaining wall. The existing creek problems. Part B, the eroding banks. The figure shows the Farewell Creek having bank erosion upstream of the failed gabion retaining wall. Part 2, background studies. Background studies Part A, the Palmer Report. This report was completed December 31st, 2016, and examined the entire stream reach from Grandview Street South to Town Line Road. This report identified eroding banks and failing gabion wall, then assessed 4 different options: to do nothing, to replace the gabion wall, to implement a vegetated boulder revetment such as rocks and plants instead of a gabion wall, or meander realignment of the creek. Background Studies Part A, the Palmer Report continued. This figure contains an aerial map of the Farewell Creek with key features highlighted, such as the contour lines, labels of the creek flow, and boundaries, meanders, and features of interest. Background Studies Part A, the Palmer Report continued. This figure shows diagrams of the Farewell Creek cross-sections under Proposed Alternative 1, to do nothing, and Alternative 2, gabion wall replacement. Background Studies Part A, the Palmer Report continued. This figure shows diagrams of the Farewell Creek cross-sections under Proposed Alternative 3, a vegetated boulder revetment, and Alternative 4, meander realignment. Background Studies Part A, the Palmer Report continued. The Palmer Report included Alternative Number 4, meander realignment. Further details are shown on the following figure. Background Studies Part A, the Palmer Report continued. The figure shows an aerial view of the Farewell Creek with the existing flow path highlighted and the location for the proposed meander realignment indicated. The proposed meander realignment moves the Farewell Creek away from the Augusta Court embankment. Background Studies Part B, the GHD Report. Titled Farewell Creek Watercourse Improvements, Scoped Environmental Impact Study This report was completed August 17, 2020. The report documented existing terrestrial conditions in support of a realigned channel. Specifically documented were the vegetation communities, shown on the following figure, a tree inventory indicating 188 trees to possibly be removed, a study of breeding birds, which have a breeding window of April 15th through August 15th that must be respected during construction, and species of risk, none of which were found. Background Studies Part B, the GHD report continued. This figure shows a map of the Farewell Creek region and vegetation communities within. Part 3, the study process. The study process. Changes to the design requirements. The city developed a new fifth alternative, based on Palmer's Alternative 4, meander realignment. The fifth alternative includes the eroding bank located at meander 7 on the Farewell Creek. The exact location of the realignment and tie-ins to the existing channel are to be determined during the design phase and are the responsibility of the design-build team. The study process. Key steps of the process are as follows. A request for proposals, which is now completed. Project award to CLCL, which is now completed. The design by Water's Edge team, now in progress. Approvals by the review agencies, coming this fall and winter. Construction by CLCL in the summer of 2022. And finally, monitoring by Water's Edge team for 3 years following construction. Part 4, the concept design. Concept design, design basis. The design basis is to protect the private properties by realigning the creek, to enhance aquatic habitat by creating a stable creek, to reduce bank erosion by creating stable slopes, to reuse existing wood and stone in the design, to avoid off-site removal of any material, and to tie in to the upstream and downstream ends based on site needs. Diagram 1 of 8. This diagram is an engineering drawing showing the plan and profile views for the creek realignment. The concept is a meandering realignment of Farewell Creek away from the existing eroding banks and the failed gabion wall. The length of the new channel is about 225 meters. The concept shows 6 roofers and 5 pool structures. The concept will include the placement of root wads, woody debris habitat structures, riffle keystones, the removal of the gabion basket wall, and the grading of existing eroding banks. A temporary bypass channel is also shown in the diagram. Diagram 2 of 8. This diagram is an engineering drawing showing 9 cross-sections of the creek realignment. Diagram 3 of 8. This diagram is an engineering drawing showing a tow wood sod mat, bank protection, and aquatic habitat detail of the creek realignment. Diagram 4 of 8. This diagram is an engineering drawing showing a constructed woody riffle detail of the creek realignment. Diagram 5 of 8. This diagram is an engineering drawing showing a log J-hook with root wad structure detail of the creek realignment. Diagram 6 of 8. This diagram is an engineering drawing showing root wad bank protection structure detail and a vegetated riverstone bank protection detail of the creek realignment. Diagram 7 of 8. This diagram is an engineering drawing showing an embedded woody habitat bank treatment detail, an earth plug detail, and a boulder cluster detail of the creek realignment. Diagram 8 of 8. This diagram is an engineering drawing showing construction staging and access for the creek realignment works. Access to the actual worksite will be off Grandview Street South on the north side of the creek along existing trails. A temporary bypass channel will be constructed to allow for the offline construction of most of the channel. The notes discuss the 4 stages of the work plan. Part 5, Next Steps. Next steps. Complete additional background studies to support the design. This includes topographic and engineering survey, geotechnical investigations and reporting of the ground conditions, a tree inventory to record number and type, an aquatic assessment of fish habitat and present populations, and a fluvial geomorphic assessment to document the physical characteristics of the creek. Next steps continued. To review any input received from the public and review agencies, to finalize the design based on background studies and inputs, to prepare and submit an application to the CLOCA, DFO, and MECP, to make any necessary revisions, to acquire agency approvals and prepare for construction in 2022 by CLCL. Conclusion. In conclusion, the City of Oshawa has initiated the Farewell Creek Rehabilitation Study. The design-build project will be completed by CLCL and the Water's Edge design team. Past reports have identified a failing gabion retaining wall and bank erosion. The preferred alternative consists of a realignment of Farewell Creek away from the failing gabion wall and eroding banks. The concept design will include the reuse of woody material, the reuse of existing stone, pools, riffles, and the planting of new shrubs and trees. The design is currently in progress and construction will be completed in 2022. The project will be monitored for 3 years after completion of the works. The study team is requesting your input and feedback on the project. This presentation has been prepared in lieu of an actual public meeting during COVID. You may still have questions and suggestions. We would like to hear from you. If you would like more information or have questions about any aspect of the project, please contact one of the following individuals. First is Ed Gazendam, PhD and PEng, the President and Senior Geomorphologist at Water's Edge Environmental Solutions Team, located at 25 Water Street South in Cambridge, Ontario, postal code N1R3C7. Telephone 519-651-2390 or email ed@watersedge-est.ca. Second is Sean Brown, PEng, the Construction Project Engineer with the City of Oshawa, located at 50 Centre Street South, Oshawa, Ontario, postal code L1H3Z7. Telephone 905-436-3311, extension 2354. Email sbrown@oshawa.ca. Please continue to check our website for occasional updates. You can visit at www.oshawa.ca/farewellcreek. If this information is required in an accessible format, please contact Service Oshawa. You can telephone 905-436-3311 or call the Talk to You line 905 436 5627. You can also email service@oshawa.ca. Thank you for attending this public open house.